Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be doing a quick run through a Realm of Legends. Now I'm not going to be particularly trying to do it as fast as I can. I'm not boosted or anything. It's just like taking in Nick Fury in Realm of Legends and let's see what happens. So our Nick Fury is a rank 3 6-star and obviously since this is the first fight, I will have to take quite many hits in the face before Winter Soldier actually takes me down. So that is in fact going to take a while. Also, a quick note, I haven't cut out any bits from these fights or sped anything up. So it's all kind of happening real time. And this is as long as it took for Nick Fury to go through entire Realm of Legends without boosts, without any kind of additional help either. I do have a synergy team that is helping Nick Fury with Black Panther Civil Wars and increased bleed damage, and I do have maxed out deep wounds. So now 55, 57, 60 hits in, we have finally died for the first time, and now we can actually start doing damage. And some of these fights I'm going to be trying out different kind of techniques and strategies, because dropping 2 level 1s and each level 1's like 9 hits, it kind of seemed like a waste and definitely inflated hit counter. So some of the fights I will try and go for the full unblockable shindig. Some of the fights I will just casually start attacking opponents. Like here as well, I did activate the inner bleed, but I'm not going for my level 1s. I'm just finishing my combos with light attacks, dropping a level 2, and seeing kind of what's gonna happen here. So here we can definitely see the 35 hits in. Winter Soldier's already below 30% health, now below 15% health, so he's definitely bleeding away quite quickly. I probably shouldn't have even landed those last hits. I believe that last bleed was ticking for 7.4k, so it took us 45 hits including special attacks. Now we're going to move on to the next fight, and next fight is Captain Marvel. Now obviously all of the next fights are going to be considerably faster. So all things considered, this is probably going to be my go-to potion farming method for a while, and I'll probably just gonna stick to doing full runs through, because the longest fight is the first one against Winter Soldier, where I have to wait for ages till he actually gets to drop Nick Fury down. So here we can see that I'm not spamming my level 1s, I'm not even going for inner bleeds or anything like that. And 33 hits in, she's already below 20%. We did get the first inner bleed going, and 39 hits, and the fight is over. So that didn't take us long at all. Again, I'm not trying to purposely kind of be as quick as I can. I just kind of wanted to check out the hit counts, how quickly opponents go down with which strategy, so on and so forth. And the next fight is going to be Juggernaut, and against Juggernaut I think I'm mainly going to be only trying to spam my heavy attacks and stack up my inner bleeds to see how effective they are. And so that is going to be our go-to move here pretty much. As you can see, first 2 heavy attacks, first inner bleed is active, another heavy attack, so he is ticking away fairly quickly, but we are just getting started though. So again, while he's unstoppable, obviously I cannot drop my heavy attacks. I probably shouldn't have pushed him past bar power whilst he was unstoppable, but either way, slowly but surely he's ticking away. We're not in any kind of particular rush here. Probably would have been smarter and wiser to go unblockable here and just bash at that Juggernaut in the corner, trying to prevent him from throwing special attacks, but it is what it is. So now we have an inner bleed, double medium. We're gonna finish this combo with a light attack and just kind of accelerate the speed a bit, because light attack is the big bleed that you want. And yeah, so 47 hits in. This fight's taking a bit longer, but it's Juggernaut, so it's kind of understandable. And dropped another level 2, 2 inner bleeds, 7 regular bleeds, and down he goes. 54 hits, so not our best result. Only fight that's going to take longer than that, I believe, is going to be the Vision one, because obviously Vision is bleed immune. Now against Rhino, it's also kind of interesting because we will have class advantage, so that should be quite helpful. Now, as always, we start out with a parry medium heavy attack to place 4 bleeds. Do that twice. Inner bleed is active on opponent, and we can start mincing away at him. Now, this time I'm going to go for 1 level 1, because with 8 tactical charges and an inner bleed active, I can extend the bleed duration by 1.6 seconds, and it is quite important for that light bleed. And yeah, so 36 hits this time, but quite few of those 30. I think the level 1 is 9 hits, so realistically it's kind of like a lot less. That's the one thing I'm kind of slightly irritated with Nick Fury, is how many hits the level 1 is, and that automatically kind of inflates his hit counter whilst he's setting up. Next opponent is going to be Storm. We are at a class disadvantage here. I also believe I'm gonna make a slight mistake against Storm, if I'm not mistaken, but you know, it happens. Either way, so far so good. Yeah, so here was the mistake. I tried to punish her heavy with my own and kind of like whiffed right in front of her eyes. Other than that, the fight should go quite smooth, not that it's gonna take us too long. So we are stacking some bleeds. I am going for my level 1s here, just because I figured since it's going to be a fight with a class disadvantage, it might last slightly longer, so I might as well try and kind of like do a full setup. And so here we go. We now are perfectly ready to go. We are unblockable. She has inner bleed active, and basically we just want to finish all our combos with light attacks and see what happens. And obviously, without a doubt, she's completely melting away with those 6k plus bleed ticks. That is some really insane bleed damage. Definitely makes me happy to how ranked up Nick Fury to rank 3. Cannot help but to feel fortunate. And the next is Vision. Now Vision is obviously going to be the longest fight, even though Vision is an Avenger and we start with some tactical charges already. He's bleed immune, so the tactic here is going to be fairly simple. Just bash at him as fast as you can, drop the level 2, stun him, keep hitting him, and don't care about much else. It is going to take longer, but it's not like it's like a slugfest. It's still relatively comparable, decent to good damage output compared to many other champions, even if you take the bleed damage completely away. And yeah, so here 40 hits in, he is below 70% health, so the fight should last slightly above 100 hits, I believe. But yeah, it's not too long at all. And this will be the longest fight, so we just have to power through it, drop some full combos, drop some level 2s. He does get like 8k plus medium crits, that is without any boosts or suicides or anything like that, so it's definitely not a bad damage output at its base as well. So yeah, don't mind occasional bleed immune matchup or debuff immune matchup with Nick Fury. Obviously that does slow him down quite a bit. But now we are 90 hits, he's at 26% health. We do have 1 point in Assassin's Mastery, so that should help us a slight amount as well once we get him below 18%. Currently we are on 100 hits, he's at 20%, so we should be able to finish at about 120 hits, I believe, or something like that. So definitely a small roadblock, small delay in the cause of finishing Realm, but nothing too major. And now next fights are going to be quite quick and easy, because Black Panther and Scarlet Witch both are Avengers, so I kind of get that benefit of not having to throw my level 1s to have the tactical charges on active from the beginning. So only thing I need to do is drop 2 heavy attacks, and all my bleeds will already have increased duration. And that is exactly what we're doing here. 8 hits in, inner bleed is active, we have 12 tactical charges, perfect. And now we can just finish all of our combos with light attacks and see the bleed, does it work. So the bleed is ticking for like 6,900, not bad at all. 25 hits in, he's already below half here. 33 hits, hardly anything remains. I'm not even going to go for my level 2, I'm just going to let it tick out. So this was like 33 hits, I believe. Yes, so quite a quick kill, I would say. Quite a fast one, yes. And now we have Scarlet Witch. Now Scarlet Witch is also quite an easy. Only thing to kind of be careful in this matchup is do not get hit, because she can nullify your Fury buff, and then your tactical charges will start expiring. So long as you do not get hit, it's a relatively easy fight. Also, whenever you knock Scarlet Witch down, you can shrug off all the debuffs you have on yourself if the need asks for it, because it's kind of good to use them to heal up, but if you have like poison debuffs and heal block active at the same time, then you probably want to get rid of them. But other than that, just like, again, a super easy fight, not much to worry about here at all. 32 hits, she is below 30% health, get some debuff heal, 37 hits, and the fight is over. So it took us slightly bit longer because of some like weakness debuffs or whatever else Scarlet Witch placed on us, but all in all, a really easy and quick fight. And now, next up is Wolverine. Now, we all have a very special relationship with this little nightmare food. If you were one of the people who did Realm of Legends years back when there were hardly any counters and your strongest champions were like 330 or 440 4-stars, then quite potentially this guy would be the image face of your worst nightmares. However, in this day and age, he's quite easy to be abused and bullied. We have entire series dedicated to kind of like making fun of this guy. But again, I do have maxed out Despair Mastery. So long as I keep a decent amount of bleeds, his regen will be heavily mitigated. And even if it wouldn't be, our damage output would probably be able to outpace it. So we are here at like 7 bleeds. 50 hits in, he's practically dead. 53 hits, and 54th finishes the fight. So 50 hit Realm of Legends Wolverine kill, completely ignored his healing abilities and didn't take much for it. Now, we had some problems connecting to the network, but that's done, and we're moving on to the last couple of fights, which is Black Bolt and Hulk. Now, Black Bolt also is not a hard opponent or anything like that. Ideally, we want him to throw the level 2s to help us kill himself, but other than that, it should be kind of like an easy work here. Let's see how long it takes us. So we have dropped our 2 heavy attacks, we have Inner Bleed active, and we can just start mincing away at this guy. I don't think I'm gonna go for my level 1s at all in this fight. I'm just gonna stack up some Inner Bleeds and see what happens. Now he drops his level 2, I take the last hit on a block, because why not? And again, go for my heavy attack. And yeah, I think in this fight I was just, again, playing around with how many Inner Bleeds we can have, and basically what damage is going to come out of it. So at this point we have 4 Inner Bleeds on Black Bolt, and we are definitely having quite a bit of fun here, and he is ticking away quite quickly. It is not the fastest strategy though. It's definitely more quicker to use your light attack bleeds than relying on the Inner Bleed damage, but it was worth checking out. Why not? Dropping another level 2, no stun there unfortunately. However, he drops his own level 2 and is nearly dead as a result. 51 hits. So even though this was like one of the slower Realm of Legends fights for Nick Fury, 50 hits is not slow. It's not a bad result at all. And next one is Hulk. Now Hulk is obviously quite a bit different story, because he's Avenger, he has class advantage, so we basically have pretty much everything going for us in this fight, and I believe it's also going to be one of the shorter ones. I could have gotten it down under 30 hits, but I think I'm going to finish just above 30, like 30 or 31 hits. But either way, that will be pretty much it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed rank 3 Nick Fury gameplay. And if you did, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all of the buttons, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. Do not forget to also share the video with your friends and alliance mates in case they are interested checking out rank 3 6-star Nick Fury. See ya.